Sports for Supper, live from Sammy's Restaurant at 202 U.S. Highway 90 East in Castroville. Sports for Supper, a weekly look at what's happening in area sports. And now, along with Maury Stein, Dwayne Garza, and Jeff Stivers, here's the host of Sports for Supper, Jared Lucky.
All right, good evening and welcome to Sports for Supper. We are back on the air here. I'm Jared Lucky along with Maury Stein, Dwayne Garza, and Jeff Stivers here. And we're coming off of a bye week. And Medina Valley coming off of a bye week after a loss to Bernie Champion. They'll be taking on Kennedy this week. We're going to have some of the football players and one of the coaches on here in a little bit. We're also going to we'll give you a volleyball update on what happened in the past week and I believe yesterday. And we'll have a wedding update. Oh, yeah, Jeff wants to have a wedding update. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back and get things started here. You are listening to Sports for Supper, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984, and a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment.
Medina Electric Cooperative is sending 3 students on the trip of a lifetime for free. The 2020 Government in Action Youth Tour is an all-expenses-paid week-long learning and leadership event in June that starts in Austin and then takes kids to Washington, D.C. Winners also receive a $500 scholarship for college. The deadline is December 13th, 2019. Apply online at Medina.
Supper brought to you by Brenda Stein Photography. And Brenda Stein is a photographer in Castroville who specializes in graduate, family, and sports photography. With her quality customer service and expertise in capturing the beauty you see in your graduate and family, you'll walk away with an experience to remember. She can even customize a graduation card to celebrate your graduate. Call 210-415-9873 or visit www.brendasteinphotos.com to schedule a graduate or family session today. I'd like to thank Brenda Stein Photography for making it possible to bring you these shows here. Also would like to thank Sammy's Restaurant for letting us do these shows live here at Sammy's Restaurant. And guys, coming off of a bye week, what's going on in Medina Valley sports coming up this from last week? Dwayne, do you have a volleyball update?
Dwayne do a volleyball update?
Well, actually, volleyball was coming off a bye night last Friday night too, so they took some time off and they got to enjoy themselves a little bit. But in the meantime, they had 2 quick games since then. Let's see. Right now, the volleyball team stands at 25-13. In district, they are 9-1. They are still trailing Harlan, who is a perfect 10-0 in district. They're Medina Valley holding second place, followed by Floresville 7-3 and Somerset, which is 6-3. So the top 4 teams right now, we're 2 games into the second round, so we're looking heavily now at playoff situations right now. So Harlem the first spot, Medina Valley with the second spot, Floresville with the third, and Somerset with a fourth. Southside's going to have a tough time getting in at 5 and 6, looking from the outside right now to that 4th spot. So volleyball still moving along. A big win last night against Legacy. Southwest Legacy took them 3 sets to 0. So that was a big win. And then last Tuesday, prior to the open night, they took down Uvalde in Uvalde 3-0, and we broadcasted that game live if you were able to listen to it. Thanks for doing that. Upcoming this Friday at Southwest, it's a 6 p.m. start. unfortunately, that's the same night as homecoming we got coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go make hopefully the girls can take it 3-0 again, and we can get back and watch some football. So I'm going to try to make both of them. So
Well, if it's a clean set sweep,
yep,
it
can go fast.
Southwest isn't that far away. You can be back by the kickoff at 7:30.
We're hoping to be back sometime around the first quarter. Hopefully they're not looking ahead too much, though, because Tuesday night is the big rematch against Harlan. So Harlan beat Medina Valley the first time around. So October 15th, put that on your calendar. It's a Tuesday night, and it is at home. And that's going to be the big game for first place in the district. So
and we want to encourage everybody to fill the gym up. Next Tuesday, we're going to reiterate that through the broadcast that Jared and I are going to be doing, bringing you the football game, Friday homecoming. But next Tuesday is for the district championship. We want to wrestle it away and take charge. And Dwayne, I believe you and Jeff are going to have that game live.
We'll have that game live. And I believe also, Maury, it is a blackout night. So wear your black attire for the game. They're going to try to do I heard blackout.
If it's not blackout, it can be pink out because this is the month for
breast cancer
awareness. So
Absolutely.
That's why I'm wearing my pink shirt behind y'all, rooting y'all on.
Absolutely. And again, volleyball team just rolling along. 25-13 record, 91 district, holding down that second spot right now.
Yeah, and that like you said, can't look ahead too much to that Harlan matchup because you got to take on Southwest first. But that Harlan game looming over there, there's a lot of anticipation waiting.
Yeah,
for
absolutely. And like I say, you don't want to overlook that Southwest game because Southwest can, they could beat anybody. I mean, we've already had some upsets earlier with it going on in the district, so it can happen. So they need to not look ahead and keep focused and do it one game at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, coming up this week, we're going to have some of the football players on here in a minute.
You know what I'll do? I'll actually start up with the band. Congratulations to the Panther Band. They placed 9th at the Judson Rocket Review, and at the Drums Along the Medina Marching Contest, they placed first in percussions, music, marching, and in class. Good job for the band.
Great job.
Swim update. Thursday night, swim team had their first invitational meet of the year. Both the women's and the men's teams placed 5th out of 16 teams. So good job for the swim team. And upcoming, they go to Palo Alto next Saturday for the pentathlon meet. Cross-country update. Saturday, October 1st, the Panthers ran at Southside, I believe, and the varsity boys placed 2nd, varsity girls 3rd. Varsity girls, top 5 finishers, obviously, Macy Livingston just rolling along. She took 2nd place. Clara Arroyos took 5th. Kaylee Corliss, 10th. Aliana Salazar, 24th. And Danielle Elizondo, 25th. And the boys' top 5 finishers were Case Hendrick in 5th place. Seth Hernandez, 9th place. Matthew Fleming, 12th. Jason Hinojosa Ramirez, 14th. And Timothy Teague is 16th place. So good job to the cross-country runners. And as of now, that's our update.
A couple of those, or at least 3 of them, were 3 out of the 4 that had joined us here.
That's exactly right.
That place. So
yeah,
they're doing a good job. Jared, just to get back to preparations, the Panthers had a week off to absorb that last game against Champion. Reloading, you got your homecoming game coming up. You got Kennedy coming in. Game plan, what do you think the Panthers need to do to just turn things around and just get them going back in the right direction?
I think against Kennedy here, the main thing is just going to be move the ball, play clean, finish off your drives, and keep playing good defense the way that they have. I mean, that Champion game after they fell behind, I believe it was 20-0, and I missed the game. I wasn't there, but I did keep track of it. And at one point I saw it was 20-17, and then I talked to you on Saturday, and you even said that they had an interception called back, or a turnover that went in, would have put Medina Valley ahead. They got called back, and it kind of just turned the game right there.
The Panthers had closed it to within 4. The next kickoff was a fumble, and they blew the play dead. The Panthers scooped it up, would have ran it in, and would have made it 24-21 with the PAT. And, after that, it was like, you can ask Dwayne, the Bernie people at half were all cheering, and by the time the middle of this second half was over, they were sitting on their hands because they had nothing
Absolutely.
to cheer about. The Panthers stole
3
all
drives
the
with Lockhart in the fumble recovery run back, and then against Champion where that play
Was
got blown
nullified.
dead and nullified.
You know, yes, we lost, but at times you could really see how well this team could play.
Yeah.
If they stay error-free, they can beat just about anybody, and they showed it for a couple of quarters there.
Yeah, and I think with Kennedy coming up here, it's just going to be one of those, let's just stay on track, improve from your last game with the bye week coming off of it, get your win in district, and let's move on.
And good, and you're right. You got 2 or 3 games coming up where you've got to stay focused. They're games we should win, but just stay focused and not look ahead. Kind of the same situation the volleyball team's in right now. Don't look ahead. Play the game that's in front of you and play it well, and get ready for the tough games you got coming up.
Jared, you were gone already, or you were preparing for your wedding. Did you get to listen to any of the?
I didn't listen to it. I was following the score updates on my phone.
I wanted your critique to
No,
make sure I did.
I did not.
An
I can.
adequate job.
I can
know
tell
I
you.
can't fill your
Did you want to
shoes.
get a critique
No,
or apologize?
I can tell you that if I would have turned the game on and had the earpiece in, she would have probably murdered
that
me.
probably wouldn't have been a good
Yeah,
idea.
probably
And
not.
Everybody at home, he's pointing to his new bride, Shannon. So we want to go ahead and congratulate you both.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
They just got back from their honeymoon yesterday, and later in the program, we're going to hear all about
Oh, goody.
it. Yeah, we're going to hear all about Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, we had a good time there.
So
And we're going to go ahead and take a break, and then we're going to have Coach Crisp on here. And you're listening to Sports for Supper, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
MVBN.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Double T Outfitters offers deer, dove, turkey, quail, and exotic hunts in Southwest Texas on over 20,000 low-fenced acres. They facilitate professional guides at 210-413-1597 or online at doubleThunting.com.
Buying a new house means a lot of decisions, starting with where are you going to get the best mortgage? At our bank, we offer competitive rates, flexible terms, expert-friendly advice, and without the long wait you get from one of those big city financials. Make your dream home a reality. Talk with us. We're an equal housing lender. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at castrovillestatebank.com.
You're watching Medina Valley Sports. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Sports for Supper, and we're joined by head coach Lee Crisp on the show here. What are you telling your team during a bye week?
Well, we had a chance to get healthy and prepare, and we have a bye week right in the middle of the season, and unfortunately the right way, and things can still go in our favor. And Friday is the first start of that, and so
awesome.
We just got to get that going, and kind of get that ball rolling. I talked to him about the old Greek mythology system.
Look at the last 2 games. There was basically one play in there that kind of just decided it and kind of sucked it out. And other for that one play, you could easily have 2 district wins, and you just got to keep going that direction.
Now, you go back 3 games, and
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's the same thing, and that's football. I've been a part of seasons where we've had totally busted plays that have gone for touchdowns, and and on the other side of it, it's like you can drop the perfect play, and then it's just a matter of just the worst possible thing happening, which was kind of like Lockhart.
Yeah.
It was that our fumble right there going into the end zone. Scoop and score is the worst possible thing that can happen, and that's what happened. And it was, it's tough to overcome that. But that's what we've told the kids all week, last 2 weeks, is that all the adversity we faced in the first 5 weeks of this season will pay dividends when
Yeah.
that next season starts. And so
Yeah.
but the first part of that is taking care of business on Friday and doing what
Yeah,
we're supposed to do.
and they need to understand that y'all are playing good football. I mean, y'all are still playing good football. If you're looking from the outside in and you're watching all the games, there's times we look really, really good. A couple of mistakes here and there, a fumble, a turnover, and things go south. But we're still overall a good football team, from what I can tell.
Yeah. Coach, you talk about Greek mythology. You can stand back to like the flight of Icarus. He gets up close to the sun, and all of a sudden the heat of the sun melts the wings on the feathers that he had there made of wax. So there you go. But it's the same thing. Do you think that the bye week came at the right time, or would you have rather just stepped right into it the following week, or was the bye week something that you welcomed with open arms? Or
I think everything happens for a reason, and all of the adversity we've been dealt in the first part of our season, I can't help but feel like we were meant to face that. And they're trying to learn a new coach, they're trying to learn a new philosophy, they're trying to learn a new offense, and all these it don't fire at all. And 2 weeks to kind of prepare kind of helps you get the wires in order. You do a little research, and you find out who you are. And I think the second half of Bernie Champion, we found out who we were, and it wasn't a difference in, the plays were pretty much the same. We changed a little bit formation wise, but the kids really buckled down, and they said, we're gonna do this, and so we've kind of we've leaned on that, and that's kind of who we're going to look to be going forward.
And looking forward to Kennedy, what can we see from them? Is it kind of going to be the same thing we've seen from them in the past? Do they have, what are they going to be showing you?
No, they got a different defense. It looks like they're running like a 3-3 stack look, which is something we haven't seen yet. But we've had a couple odd fronts in the last 2 weeks, and we're used to seeing that. When it comes down to you're looking at paper, I mean, we should match up well to them, and it's just a matter of us executing. And it's a lot like when we went to the Hondo week. We're more worried about us than we are about anybody else. And this is another statement game where it's like we're going to come out and make a statement and show that we can execute the way we know we can on both sides of the ball this time. That's really, I think Hondo, we walked away, and offensively we did a good job, and defensively we made some errors, and we got to make sure that this is a complete game. And if we can play a complete game Friday and then string it together with another one the next Friday, and you know how it is. I mean,
just build some momentum.
Yeah, momentum works both ways, and it's the Pareto effect, where it's compound interest almost, where we start working those kind of things.
Well, in the second half against Champion, you could tell that the kids came out fired up after half. Three straight possessions the offense scored, and you talk about a rebuilt engine. It seemed like you just loosened the distributor a little bit and bumped it up about 5 degrees, and everything just seemed to work. But and it's like one play just we were on the opposite side of the field. We still don't know whether the forward progress was stopped or not. All I know is number 8 picked it up and scooped it in and ran it in for a touchdown. We didn't get credit for it.
Yeah.
But you still didn't give up after that.
Yeah, you back it up one more play, and it's one more holding call where we have a first down, and and then it's first and goal on 2. But if we get a holding call kind of from across the field, and the officials are human beings. And
exactly.
And I'm not gonna. I will. I coached soccer for a long time, and I haven't yet changed an official's call. So we're going to argue that stuff, and they do their job, and we're going to do our job. But it's one of those things where it's like you feel like when those things continually happen to you, you feel it's that bad luck syndrome. And if you expect that or you're waiting for that, well, those things manifest themselves. What we have to do is have a good luck syndrome where we're manifesting the positive things that will happen. Yeah, and it happens on both sides. And a lot of it has to do with your mentality.
Yeah.
And we talk to the kids a lot about mentality and visualizing success and seeing the good things happening. And then that there's a lot of psychology that goes into football, and we're trying to get there. But it's a process, and hopefully the second half of the season shows that it's paying off.
The coach, Caden Hernandez, he got hurt.
Yeah,
he's out for the season. Is that?
I don't think it's that bad, but we have to, depending on what we do, we may see him again.
Well, that's great. That's good news, actually. But we have the talent to fill the holes, and that's one of the things I guess you can set an example and say, look, somebody may go down, you got to be ready to go.
That's right.
Is that the kind of mentality that you approach an injury?
Always, yeah. We do a lot of work. you know, we don't. Some teams will practice their quote unquote ones, primarily throughout practice. And we try to give everybody almost equal time or equal time, especially in a position where it's crucial. And so it's a deal where we're always talking about the next play because you're one play away. That's something we always talk to the kids about. But you're one play away from having to be that guy that steps up. And so that could happen to any of these guys. And depth is plays a big factor into what happens. In the long term of a football season. So
especially as you get deeper into the season.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those things, those injuries add up over time. It's even little ones here and there. They just add up.
Yep.
And it's homecoming this week, but I'm guessing you don't prepare any different for a homecoming game. I would imagine you're not really worried about that. You just want to go out and win the football game.
Yeah, I mean we don't think about it too much. I mean, we got some kids that are involved in that, and that's good. And if anything, hopefully there's a motivation there to kind of come out and make sure you take care of business. But it's not too much of a distraction, to be honest with you. I mean, the kids, they get to dress up and do this all the theme things through the week. But it doesn't change how we approach practice. It doesn't change how we approach the game. It doesn't change how we approach the halftime. And it is what it is. And there's distractions every week if you're watching. There's parent night this, parent night that. But that's a good thing. Football's about everything that's involved. I mean, from the band to the ROTC. I mean, we want them. And I'm glad to be here where it's still. I feel like Medina Valley is a bastion of small town football still, where all the things that we do as a program, all the things we do as a school are still on display every Friday night. And so it's really awesome.
We've had the conversation about having the band and the cheerleaders in here too to talk to them too, because it's all part of the big, the big picture.
Yeah. Well, I was, we stayed after. The band stayed and played their halftime show after the Lockhart game. And, I'm going to be honest with you, it was tough, taking a loss like that. But it's the right thing to do. I mean, those kids, they work.
Sure is.
They're out there the same times we are. Yeah. When we come out in August, they're out there in August, and they're out there, doing their work. And it takes as much synchronization on their part to do what they do. And it's about a culture, and we want to make sure that culture is being promoted from top to bottom at Medina Valley.
Absolutely. Guys, anything else for
No,
Coach
I mean, maybe if you could explain. So you're the AD. So what other things are on your plate right now that you've got to transition into? I mean, because there's a ton of stuff. We just had a conversation off the air how busy he is. I mean, just give an example. I mean, you have other sports like basketball getting ready to go, and you've got to get your feet in that.
Volleyball starts before we do.
Right.
And, they're practicing, I think, a week before we start, and then. Then it's us in volleyball going, and cross country. I mean, those kids don't ever stop. They're going all the time, it seems like. And we got, cross country's running 70 strong. They got a bunch of kids that are running.
Yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is we always talk to you about the football stuff. Yeah. And being an AD, it's involved with everything. And there's a lot of stuff on your plate. And like I was saying, we're transitioning to all the other sports right now. So you've got to be a busy man right now.
Football season's almost nice because there's only a couple of things going on. Because once basketball starts and we got swimming going on and we got golf that's getting ready to pick up, and it's being an athletic director, I'm in charge of everything from E. We got to make sure that all things are in line from the bottom to the top, and anything that we're trying to introduce that's new or we're looking at possibly going to a sixth grade pre-athletics kind of period where but what's that look like, and how do we do that? And it's hard to. There's so many things that happen on, and I got to deal with a website that, I'm not really tech savvy. It's like, I think we found the internet in 1999 in Castroville, and that was my senior year, and I was like, I had an email, so.
Well, and it's just not that. We talk about all the varsity sports here, but, I mean, it's the junior high stuff you have to be involved with. And then we have 2 junior highs, so you've got to keep an eye on Loma Alto and what's going on here. So, I mean, it's almost a mess for you.
Yeah, I do a lot of driving. I try to visit the elementaries every other week at least, and then the middle schools once a week, and we go visit and try to make sure that
you had the football players reading this week.
Yeah.
You had what schools did they visit?
And we went to so we took the football players last Thursday, and we had one group that went to Castroville and Petranco, and we had one group that went to La Costa and Lucky Ranch. And it's one of those things where when you grow up, I said I'm going to be a teacher, and coaching hadn't entered the picture until I got into college, because athletics is a tool to teach certain things, but bottom line is the real important part of our job is about these young men and women getting an education. And, that's one thing you'll see. We're working on our website and all that stuff, but one of the things I wanted to do is highlight our athletes from 7th grade on up that A, honor roll, A, B, honor roll, what our failure percentages are, which, if you took the whole thing together, you're looking at like 0.5% of all our athletes at Medina Valley that will not be eligible after this last 6 weeks has passed. And so, athletics is it's such a great tool to keep the kids involved in what they're doing in school. Some of these kids, that's the only reason they come.
Yep.
And so
absolutely,
yeah,
it's not all about the X's and O's.
But the education piece is the most important piece. And so if I can keep a kid on, in our football team just so that he can graduate, and maybe he's the first one, but
and good luck in the rest of the season, and hopefully we'll have you back in here sometime this year. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and then we're going to come back with some of the players. You're listening to Sports for Supper, and we will continue in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Every time I get a check, it means a trip to the bank. Well, not anymore. With a new mobile deposit feature on my banking app, you just snap a picture of the check, tap a screen, and you're done. I call it Easy Chair Banking.
Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at CastrovilleStateBank.com. The pace of business is faster than ever. That's why when you need a business loan, you want a bank that can act fast. Not only do you get great rates and fast answers, you get the financial advice you need to keep your business growing. It's a better way to borrow. Stop by and let's talk. Come home to Castroville State Bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at CastrovilleStateBank.com.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
You're watching Medina Valley Sports. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
All right, welcome back here to Sports for Supper, and we are joined by 4 of the football players here, and we'll start down here, and if you'll tell us your name, your number, your position, and your grade.
My name is Seth Bullard. I play inside linebacker. I play anywhere they want me, really. Special teams. I'm number 15, and I'm in 10th grade.
And Seth, we've seen you a lot on kickoffs, and that's kind of what Mari and I have seen you do, and you always find somebody to hit.
Yes, sir.
Is that one of your favorite things to do? Is kind of go down there and find somebody to?
Anywhere I can make a play, full head of steam, and just the crowd going. Yeah, that's my favorite play.
Because I know we've called your name a few times, making a big hit on a kickoff or on a punt somewhere.
Yes, sir.
A few decleaters
yeah.
so far already.
Yeah.
So you're just going down with a full head of steam. Are you looking at anything particular, or are you just trying to get down there? What's your thoughts as the ball's kicked off?
Of course, I'm playing my lane. I'm doing everything my job is. But if he cuts back into me, it's quiet all around me, and I know I'm about to go make a play. It's really.
As far as the kickoff alignment goes, where are you in the alignment? What side of the kicker are you on? And what is your zone? What is your lane as you're running down there?
Well, my job is to keep him on my inside shoulder. So if he gets outside of me, I'm obviously not doing my job. So my job is to keep him on my inside shoulder and squeeze to the ball.
So regardless of, but which side of the kicker do you line up on, the right or the left? Or does it depend on a directional kick? Or
it depends on which hash he lines up. So the wide side of the field, I line up on.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, you said you play inside linebacker. Is that right? Okay. And what are you looking for when you line up on the ball? What's What are you looking for across the other side of the line?
Really, their formation, anywhere. If I see like some I've seen on film throughout the week, any of their tendencies that they built up, and really I'm reading their guards and any of their linemen mid-plays. So.
What would you rather play, run protection or pass protection? And on defense, what would you rather have, to catch a receiver coming over the middle and knocking his helmet off, or coming up and assisting on a run play?
I like covering short routes, but I also love taking run plays, isolation tackles, stuff like that. But any chance I get to lay a hit on somebody is where I like it.
So what is your read? How do you determine whether you believe it's going to be a pass play or whether it's going to be a run play?
Well, linemen, if it's going to be a run play, you'll see them full head of steam at you, so you just got to take on that block and try to make a play, and then you'll notice their pass blocking as they first snap the ball. So that's really where you look first. You play run first, and then drop back. Yes, sir.
Pass second.
Yes, sir.
And do you play any other sports other than football?
I powerlift.
You powerlift? Oh, okay. And tell us a little bit about that.
Really just a sport to get me stronger for football, but I love it and just passion. My dad was a state champion powerlifter, so it's really kind of just runs in our blood. Yes, sir.
All right.
From Medina Valley?
No, sir. We're military. He was born in South Carolina.
South Carolina. So did you powerlift last year?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what is your strongest in the lift? Which do you, if you're in the meet, which do you say, okay, now I can make up the difference by being weaker in one of the three lifts, or what is your strongest lift? I would say the squat, probably, just looking at you, but
my favorite lift is bench, but yeah, squat's probably my best lift.
Because being a linebacker, you got to have that low center of gravity where you can.
Yes, sir. Big legs.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, you have been a pleasure just on special teams alone, and now we've seen more of you filling in more on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes, sir.
Who do you spell when they come out of the ball game?
Either linebackers. I play both linebackers. I play D-end, Panther, which is another shaped form of D-end. But my first one that I usually rotate for is Taylor Weir.
And that's what do they call that one? The
Willbacker.
There's Willbacker. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because they have all new names for all that stuff now.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Well, Seth, keep putting hits on people on special teams so we can keep calling your name up there. We enjoy watching it. Let's move the mic down, and you'll do the same thing. Your name, number, position, and your grade in school, please.
My name is Michael Tomaselli. I play cornerback. I am number 6, and I am in 10th grade.
You special teams, too.
Yeah.
Yes,
because y'all, too. Oh, boy.
Yeah, tell us
you
a little bit
about that.
Your role on special teams.
On special teams, I run down there, and I keep him on my inside shoulder, so as same thing with Seth. And I make sure he doesn't get outside of me, and if he does, I'm in trouble. But I have my friend here. He'll help me out on that, too.
Are y'all on the opposite side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you have came in quite a bit here recently in the secondary also, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what position is that?
I play cornerback. I cover 1/3 of the field. Is it like safety gets the middle, and then the 2 cornerbacks will cover the outside zones.
Explain what side do you go to? What determines what side you go to, or do you stay on the same side every time?
Usually we'll have Tanner Bippert line up on
Austin, or how does that work in as far as the coverages?
It's 50-50. Depending on our coverage, I'll have help over the top, or it's an island.
Just kind of depends on their formation.
Yes, sir.
When the play takes off and you're looking at the receiver, not at the ball, correct?
Yes, sir.
How are you determining, is he running a pass route? Is he running a run play? How do you determine if you need to collapse down for a run?
Most of the time I look at the receivers. If they come off the line powerful, it's probably a pass. If they come off the line lazy, it's probably a run. You get a benefit off the receivers.
So what would you rather do, be up on and jam the wide receiver? Would you rather give him a little bit of room and then make the play after that? Run protection or pass protection pursuit, what would you rather be?
I'd rather have them throw the ball and then make a play. That's probably my favorite.
So we can look for a pick six tomorrow or Friday night?
Most likely. I'm trying for it. I'm looking for it.
Well, you have an interception in the scrimmage so far, right? You had one in the scrimmage?
Yes, sir.
In one of the scrimmages,
Yes,
but
sir.
not one in the game yet.
I got one against Hondo, but it's not this year.
Oh, that's right. You did have one.
That's
That's
right, he
right.
did.
I do remember
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, it matters.
Yes,
Yeah,
it matters. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. You didn't trust him against Hondo, it matters.
Yeah, it
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, guys?
What
other sports, yeah.
Oh, I play soccer and I do track.
You play soccer?
sir.
And that's kind of starts November, December time of the year?
It's a couple of weeks after football.
Okay.
That I play goalie, so it's sort of
okay.
It's sort of transferring from corner to goalie.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not. I have to learn like the soccer technique, but since I'm a cornerback, it's already there. It's really fun.
Okay.
You get to wear those big fancy gloves
in the different color kit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Um,
It's fun watching that, wearing that jersey.
Did you say any other sports too?
Track.
Track? What do you run in track?
Usually I run the 300-meter hurdles, and I run the 4x4 every now and then. But it's just whatever the coaches feel like putting me in a relay. But most of the time I run a 300-meter hurdles.
Good.
And well, thanks for joining us, and
Yes, sir.
you keep
Thank
making
you.
plays on special teams too, and
a pick
hopefully we
six.
get that pick six in there. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
All right, and same drill: name, number, position.
Okay. I'm Sebastian Teres. My number is number 6. Number 8. Sorry, excuse me. Number 8, and I'm a sophomore.
You picked up the fumble and ran it in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I knew it. Oh, what do you think? Did y'all get robbed or not?
Honestly, I really thought I got robbed. I was so hyped up, especially seeing Seth. He was the first one there, and it was like honestly.
I'll tell you what, there was a whole half of the stadium that thought it was a good fumble and pickup. Let me tell you.
Which one of you got? Which one made the hit? And I know you picked it up, but who made the hit?
It was Seth.
There you go.
Seth, jarred the ball out, and I was just right there and picked it up, and I saw
the old
open
sophomore
field, and I
connection
just-
there, huh?
So, what do you think? Was it a fumble?
well, let me ask you this question. Coming off of that, because we know how much one play can just suck the wind out of you when it doesn't go right. And so you said how big of a high you were on when you found out that it was not going to count. What was kind of the demeanor then?
Well, personally, for myself, it just wanted me to drive more. Like I was like, I really wanted that to count. So when I go out there, I just want to hit someone in the mouth.
Yeah, like I was going to say, are you more mad or more disappointed?
I was definitely mad. I think we all were mad because, man, that really would have.
Tell you what, it would have been the turning point in the game.
Yeah, because you'd have been ahead then. You'd taken the lead for the
you know
first
what?
time and come from 20
It was
points
a turning
down.
point in the game too. Either for or against us.
Yeah.
It ended up being the turning point.
But still, the mood of the team never changed. Y'all still kept fighting. You still kept battling. That's something that I see in you young guys now. Y'all are all sophomores, but every one of you guys are playing an important part of the team, and y'all just hearing the three of y'all, and I know I can expect the same from Mr. Tarvin, but you guys already acknowledge that you're part of the team, and everybody has to do their part. Even the special teams, people say, "Oh, I'm on the special teams, I'm left behind." Your return could have turned the ball game around and had Medina Valley in the front.
Well, that's the thing. A special teams play can turn the ball game, whether you're making a tackle to save a touchdown, field position, or whether you're returning something for a touchdown to turn a game
It's
around.
3 parts to the game:
Yeah,
offense,
absolutely.
defense, and special
Do you
teams.
also play on the kickoff return?
No, sir, I don't.
You're in the secondary though, right?
Yes, I play secondary.
And you rotate with
Michael.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're corner also.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, and I'm starting to introduce me into Rover now too. So.
Which is a form like a free safety kind of thing, or?
Outside linebacker.
Okay, I got you.
Is that Dawson or Tyler?
No, Devin Stewart.
Devin. Okay.
So would you rather face the run or the pass?
Depends on the type of mood I am, honestly. When I'm feeling like super aggressive, I just want to see someone running out the ball so I can just absolutely leave the hammer on them. But I would take a pass. A nice pick will just there's no much of a feeling of getting a pick and just getting up and just seeing the crowd that's cheering. So honestly, it's in either or. I'm happy with both.
When you talk about you're getting introduced to kind of a newer position, what are some of the main differences?
Aggressiveness, definitely aggressiveness. Corner, you're more of a passive type of player. You don't really, it's more like reacting to what the receiver does. But as a rover, which I really like, is you can be as aggressive as you want. You can just blast them in their mouth and just.
You're getting the bloody nose up
basically
every time. Yeah,
basically go to the
your
football.
head in there.
Of course, yeah. It's just laying the hammer on them is just it's nothing like it. Just being so aggressive, you just it's unexplainable.
So what's it like being one of the young pups up there? Do you get a lot of grief from the older guys, or?
Definitely, since freshman year, when I got moved up for fourth period, they've been giving me a little bit of trouble. But honestly, being a young player and seeing older guys, honestly, I like it. Seeing other guys that are older than me and like seeing their drive and will, it makes me want to drive even harder, just so I can play for them and play like if it's gonna be my last game, because who knows?
Who's the one that gives you the most grief?
Oh.
I'm sure there's one out there. There's got to be in every position.
Well, JJ, honestly, he's right next to me. He's in my right next to my locker. So when I'm dressing out or whenever we're just doing something, I just hear JJ, talking a little bit of smack, right behind me. Or
well, he was there last year, so.
Well, he's a young pup still, though, too.
Yeah.
He's only a junior, so he's not up there all the way yet. But
senior-wise, I think the senior who really picks on me the most. Gosh, I gotta say, it has to be I think Trace. I think Trace is the one that gives a little bit of trouble sometimes.
But it's respective criticism. I mean, they all back y'all guys. I mean,
of course.
Yeah, it's just in the locker room fun. Yeah. How much do you guys pick the older guys' brains, to kind of learn from them? And
for me, ever since I, got moved up, or even before that, just watching, Friday nights, I honestly, I wouldn't really, be with my friends. I would just watch and just learn and just see how he acts. So when I get up there, I can do that too, and even do it better. And just probably every practice, especially, I look at, the most of the starters is to see, okay, they're doing this one, this type of scenario. And I just like to do that because it betters my game, and so when it's my turn, I know what to do and I'm not lost.
Awesome. What other sports do you do? Anything else?
Last year it was track, but I definitely like to play all sports. I just get out there and playing is just it's my hobby. So baseball, basketball, football, soccer, anything. I would just like to go and play.
Whatever the season.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And we got one more here, if you'll pass the mic down. And if you'll give us your name, number, and position.
Okay, my name is Joe Tarvin. I'm number 44, and I play defensive end.
Defensive end. And we see you in there a lot. We've called his name a lot this year. And lining up at defensive end, what are you looking for when the offense comes to line of scrimmage? What determines what side you go to, and what are you looking for, run, pass?
I'm usually on the weak side, and JJ goes to the strong side. And if they come at me, I know it's run. I got to sit there and wait in my gap. And if it's pass, I got to use a pass rush move and go get the quarterback.
And when they snap the football, what are kind of you keying on to determine? Are you looking at what the line does as far as their blocking scheme goes, if they move back or forward? Are you looking for the football? What kind of determines how you know if it's going to be a run or a pass?
I read the guy's outside shoulder, and if he goes back, I know it's a pass. If he comes at me, I know it's a run.
Right.
What kind of challenge does a quarterback like Boyers possess? What kind of challenge is he just to maintain and keep him inside the pocket?
Well, one time I went inside and he just ran outside. He's really fast, and I learned that, and afterwards I went outside and tried to keep him inside.
So your goal is when you have a quarterback like him to put pressure on the outside, keep everything on the inside to where your linebackers and your defensive tackles can make the play?
Yes, sir.
Well, no, go ahead, Mark.
We don't want to beat a dead horse, but we're all familiar of your dad and how great of a football player he was. How much inspiration or how much does that
was
mean
gonna be my
just
next
to learning
question.
from somebody like your dad?
Well, it means a lot. I learned a lot from him, but I'm trying to be better than him.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get it you have a bad day at practice or a bad day at the game, you get it from the coaches, and you go home, you get it again.
No, not really.
He probably
We just watch film and go over. And
he helps
talk
you at
about-
home too.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, that's good. That you get a little bit extra boost from coaching there when you get home as opposed to everyone else. So that's good.
Well, and you say you want to be better. I'm sure he wants you to be better in the long run too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know your dad. I played football with him in high school, and I watched him play up at Southwest Texas, so I know exactly what he's looking for when you're saying that he helps you out because he's a good guy.
Who's the biggest critique, your dad or your mom?
Probably my dad. My mom kind of lifts me up a little bit more.
That's cool.
What?
Go ahead.
Being a sophomore, as all of you guys are, what upperclassmen do you look up to and think, okay, I can learn from this person right here?
It's basically the whole defense. Trace and Zach helped me a lot when learning.
Are you always on the same side as Trace and Zach, or does it depend on what the strong side is?
It depends on the strong side or weak side. I go to whichever one that they call.
Who would you rather line up beside?
I'm not going to answer that.
You should have said either one. Either one, it doesn't matter.
When you know there's a pass play going on, are you rushing the quarterback, or are you kind of looking for someone to cover? What are you doing? You're rushing the quarterback. When you come to the line, are you saying I just want to contain this guy, or I want to go sack him, like that?
It's kind of both. I want to contain him so he doesn't run.
Because that's your main job, I would imagine, is to contain the quarterback or contain the play.
Yeah, to get the sack would be nice too.
Yeah.
Pass rush or protect the run? Which one?
Right now I'm better at run, but I want to get better at pass.
So what do you think you need to improve on your pass rush, or what do you think you need to do better?
My quickness and using my hands to get off the blocker.
Do you do any other sports?
Basketball.
Basketball. And what position do you play there?
Center.
Center. Oh, you're in the middle. Okay.
How tall are you, Joe?
6'3".
You're 6'3" now. You still growing?
Hopefully.
Hope so.
Guys.
No, that's good. I'm good.
All right. Game plan for Friday night. I'm going to ask all of y'all at once. What are y'all looking for as far as on the defensive side of the ball? What threat do they impose more, the run or the pass in Kennedy?
We don't even have film on them, so.
Really?
They haven't given us film yet. We haven't watched any.
Really?
Thought everybody had to have that huddle thing. Nope.
That's
I guess
technology.
not.
One-time technology, it didn't
I've
work.
watched some of last year's, and they kind of do everything, pass and run.
Yeah, if I remember right, they had a left-handed quarterback last year,
Yes.
if I remember right.
They did.
Does that change the way you do anything when they have a left-handed thrower as opposed to a right-handed passer?
Not really.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Good luck this week, and good luck in the rest of the season.
I will say one thing. If these are the sophomores, we got a good future coming.
Yeah,
up. I can
absolutely.
tell you
The
that
next
right
couple
now.
of years seem very promising.
Absolutely. You young men are fine young men. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely, and good luck, and hopefully we'll see y'all again in the either this season or next season back on the show here. We're going to take a break and come back. You're listening to Sports for Supper, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home in Castroville, Texas, has been providing funeral services to families in the Medina Valley and surrounding areas for many generations. Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home is proud to support the broadcast by the Medina Valley Broadcast Network for the athletes and students participating in this event. Go Panthers! Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home, Castroville, Texas. You may view obituaries at Tondre, Tondre-Gwynn, Guinn.com, or visit the Facebook page of Tondre Gwynn Funeral Home to view funeral notices.
Headed out to the game? Then make a stop at your local Valley Mart convenience store. With 12 area locations, Valley Mart is always right around the corner. Fuel yourself and your vehicle with quality branded gas and diesel, snacks, and fountain drinks. Always convenient, well lit with clean restrooms. Valley Mart, family owned and operated since 1984. And a proud supporter of Medina Valley athletics and area youth sports for over 30 years.
Peerless Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you. You're watching Medina Valley Sports. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Sports for Supper, as we just had 4 of the sophomores from the football team on here. Very good interviews. Thanks to them for being on. And, you know, guys, Kennedy coming up this week. We talked a little bit about it earlier. You know, Medina Valley with a tough start to district play, but with 5 games still remaining, they can still make it in the playoffs, and it starts with Kennedy. I think you got Kennedy, Memorial, and Uvalde, all 3 in a row, all winnable games, and just take it one at a time and get back in this race.
You never know what's going to happen, Jared, because just on the way home from that Bernie Champion, you're hanging your head a little bit because you lost the game you should have won or could have won, and then you go and find out that Uvalde upsets Alamo Heights. So you don't know what's going to happen in this district.
And there will be more upsets.
I would think so too. That's what I was going to get at, because it can happen at any given Sunday, like they say.
Injuries happen.
Yes.
You know, things happen throughout the course. You still got 5 weeks left in this campaign.
Yeah.
You know, so there's going to be a lot of things that still happen. And, you know, we talked about earlier in the year that you're still in control of your own destiny. You know what? Medina Valley's still in control of their own destiny.
And
we're 0-2 in district, but we still control our own
you
destiny.
win 5 games, you get in there.
And one of the things
you win 5 games, you're the district champion.
Yeah, one of the things you got to keep in mind, this is probably one of the hardest district or toughest districts in the area, if not in the state. I mean, our schedule has played ranked teams up to this point. Even Honda was ranked at one point. I mean, all the teams have been ranked at one point, and we've done well against all the teams. May not come out on top, but I mean, we still got a good football team, and we're going to win some games.
I tell you what, I was just, and you know, I am overwhelmed by the way that these 4 underclassmen, these 4 sophomores, handle themselves tonight with us.
Yeah,
harping on them. I mean, I tell you what, if that's what's coming up, we got a great.
Well, you know, and not just credit to the athletic program, but a credit to the school in general.
Absolutely.
And we talked with
credit to their parents too.
And their absolutely, Maury, absolutely.
Because we've seen, and sorry, Dwayne, I've seen a lot over the years going through college with a bunch of public speaking courses and things like that. People are scared to death to talk to even into a microphone, not in front of people. They just don't like to do it. And we've seen a generation that is engulfed in their phones. They don't have to talk on the phone anymore and don't have to socialize as much as we all used to. And to be able to see them still be able to have public speaking skills and speak on air like that is very good, especially at their age.
And to know what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you go. MV's opponents right now to this point, we're 1-4. 0-2 in district, but our opponent records are 18-8 right now. So that you're going against pretty tough competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so you take Hondo out of the mix, and they're 17-4. Our opponents' records. So, and you're talking about Bernie Champion who lost to Kerrville. You're talking about Kerrville who lost to, I don't remember, Leander or somebody. I mean, so you're talking about teams that have lost to some pretty good teams. Well, Kerrville we haven't played yet.
Well, and when you look at the district right now, when you look at Lockhart being 2-0, they still have to play champion Tivy and Heights. And, I mean, I got to say this. How do you hang 85 points on a team?
I don't understand that.
I mean, they beat Memorial 85-12. Like,
I mean, even if you put your subs in at some point, you know, you need to start shutting it down.
That's up there. But then you have Memorial beating Uvalde. I mean, you got Alamo Heights getting upset by Uvalde.
Right.
There's just a lot of things in this district that have happened this year that were kind of unexpected. And so, you know, like Jeff said, you control your own destiny, and if you win these ball games, you're not only third or fourth in the district, you're first or second in the district.
Yeah, I mean,
let's take it one at a time.
Absolutely,
one at a time.
Go back to the point we said earlier. It's still early. I mean, there's a
Kennedy's-
lot of games that need to be played.
Kennedy's a good one to get well with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's get well. You know what? And like Dwayne was saying, I don't know if he said it on air, but we were over at the Uvalde volleyball game last week, and those guys were talking a lot of smack. So, our guys are going to be fired up going into that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because of what the Uvalde kids pulled over in Uvalde. So,
yep.
great times, man. That's high school stuff.
How many times have we talked about going to that stadium and having to play? You never know what's going to happen when you go to the Honey Bowl.
Ask Alamo Heights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so when you look at the schedule this week, Memorial's going to Alamo Heights to play. Memorial's already beat Uvalde this year. Uvalde beat Alamo Heights. You never know what that game's going to bring. Uvalde's going to Tivy. And then you got Bernie Champion at Lockhart, and that should be a very good game right there. Lockhart 2-0 going up against Champion in that game. That ought to be a pretty good ball game. And then Medina Valley with Kennedy. Those are the 4 games around the district this week. And so, with those matchups, you never know what can happen.
Well, anybody have any idea what Waco La Vega's doing still? Are they still rolling? I'm assuming
they've only lost one game.
They lost the next game.
Did they really?
To Argyle.
To Argyle, who was one of the top teams in the state.
Well, they that's who they beat in the championship, right, or something like that.
No, Argyle beat them last year. Again, after they beat us the second week of the season.
I think they're a class
above
them.
That was Waco La Vega's only loss was against Argyle.
Yeah, and I think they're a class above.
Yeah, they're 6A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
where I saw them. They were up playing for the state championships or semis or finals in whatever division they were. 6A. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's their only loss to this point in the season. But so you got that. You got Dwayne. Who did you say the volleyball's taking on Southwest Friday night? Correct.
Play Southwest Friday night, and the
then
big matchup against Tuesday against Harlan.
And that game will be live, right? The Harlan game will be broadcast live.
If I have to do it myself, it'll be live.
No, I'll be there if you're by yourself.
And the Kennedy game, we want to remind everyone, 7:30 kickoff. It is homecoming for the Panthers, so come out and support them for homecoming. I'm sure everyone will be real hyped up for that. Should have a full crowd on hand. We'll be on the air around 7:10, 7:15 airtime right there for the 7:30 kickoff. Guys, what do y'all want to talk about next?
Well, let me read something real quick, Jared. It's on the cheerleading squad, and this is off the Medina Valley website. They're having like a competition where you can vote for them, and they can get a grant. So it says vote once per day until December 3rd. Winners will be announced December 4th. The San Antonio Sports All-Star Cheer Challenge, powered by CPS Energy, is an opportunity to cheer at the highest level of high school football in the country. 4 local cheer squads will win the opportunity to cheer at the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game on January 4th at the Alamo Dome, plus receive a $1,000 grant for the cheer squad for the most online votes. So there's a link on the athletic website or the school's website that you can click on, and you can vote once a day. And right now, Medina Valley is in first place with 1,422 votes. The top 5 are Medina Valley, Bandera, Marshall, Harlandale, Hayes, East Central, New Braunfels.
They won it a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So go online and vote for the cheer squad. Be nice to get Be nice to get them a $1,000 grant. If they get second, it's a $500 grant. So do the help out the cheer squad.
And we apologize. They were supposed to be here tonight, and stuff happens, so they couldn't make it. But maybe we can get them on later in the year.
There's one right there.
We're going to turn it over now to Dwayne, and Dwayne's going to give us the overall standings of what our picks are and how everybody did 2 weeks ago when we were back on air.
We've been doing college picks, and we wanted to see how we do. And here are our standings so far. In first place with a 19-8 record is myself, doing pretty good so far. Jared in second place, a 16-11 record. Jeff with 13 wins and 14 losses, and Maury 12 wins and 15 losses.
Oh, y'all are below 500.
I think that's upside down. I think that probably should be the other way, because I may be 1 game out of first place.
So those are our picks so far, and we've got some picks coming up this week. A lot of big games this week.
A lot of big games.
Yeah.
They say this is the most important week of college football this week coming up. as far as games that teams have to play.
This is rivalry week, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah, absolutely, and it all starts
Is it-
tomorrow night.
Well, so, yeah, Texas State plays tomorrow night.
It all starts tomorrow night with
Oh,
Texas State
Jesus.
playing University of Louisiana Monroe.
Oh, that's where the guys
Texas
with the
State,
beards.
Texas State coming off 2 wins in a row.
Yeah.
They were 3.5-point underdogs in Nicholls State, beat them by 21.
No,
So-
they were a favorite, weren't they?
No, they
No,
weren't.
they
were
were
underdogs.
underdog.
They were underdogs, the FCS team.
Yep.
So they've won two in a row. We'll start with that one. ULM is 3.5-point favorites.
ULM.
You would say that, Maury. Jeff, 3.5-point favorites. ULM, Texas State. Tomorrow night.
I'm going to take Texas State. They're rolling. They're gonna have a. You know what? This may be the biggest crowd of the year for Texas State. 'cause
No,
it's
not on Thursday night.
Really?
They won't show up. They
Jared?
never do.
I'll take Texas State on that one.
Okay, it's number 8. Oklahoma playing number 11, Texas.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma 10.5-point favorites.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Dwayne's taking Texas, and Maury is taking
Oklahoma.
I think that Texas is going to
Well, the Big
get beat
12
by more than
wants
that.
the NCAA wants Oklahoma wants that matchup against Alabama in the national championship because of the quarterback situation, and that's why in a loss right now.
I don't know about all that transferring stuff
Oh.
going on with quarterbacks right now. That's just
hey, why not? You got 2 of the best quarterbacks, and they're both getting to play.
number
I'm
1,
on it.
Alabama, 16.5-point favorites over number 24, Texas A&M University.
I
Bama.
want the money machine. ATM.
Oh, you want ATM,
Yep.
Maury, the money machine. I get it now.
Texas.
So I will.
Whenever you got ATM on your helmet, how can you lose?
They did. They cost me last week.
16.5, Alabama. Jared.
Alabama.
Jeff.
Bama.
I'm the only one that
Yep.
took the.
Number 22, Baylor taking on Texas Tech. Baylor, 11-point favorites.
Oh, Tech.
Baylor is 5-0.
Yeah. I went and watched the Tech game this last weekend, and I think Coach Wells has figured it out, and he's got them rolling.
I do too. I'll take Baylor.
Thanks a lot.
Jared,
I'll take Baylor in that one.
I may
And-
actually end up in Waco this week.
a little bit closer to home.
It's a nice stadium.
UTSA taking on UAB, Alabama Birmingham.
The Blazers.
The Blazers.
They're all they are 12.5-point favorites over UTSA.
The Blazers.
The Blazers. Yeah.
Jeff?
Yeah, UAB.
Okay, so everyone taking the Blazers there. Number 9, Notre Dame against the rivalry against USC. USC winning a few games here as of late.
Golden Dome.
No, Notre Dame.
Not
takes
even
that.
close. They beat them by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's in
It's
Notre
in
Dame.
South Bend.
All right. Number 10, Penn State playing number 17, Iowa. Penn State, 3.5 points favorites.
Hawkeyes.
I think Iowa.
At home.
Yeah.
I'm
Hawkeyes.
going with Penn State because
I am
that
too.
one player is upset because that alum wrote him that long letter about his hair and tattoos.
I will take Penn State.
Don't have any.
didn't hear
Don't
about
know
that.
what you're talking about.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah, it's
I
been
saw
y'all
that.
need to read about
Yeah, I
that.
saw that. They're not clean cut.
They're not clean cut. He has long dreads and
All right.
tattoos, and this
And our last-
alum from a long time ago.
Our
is,
last matchup,
upset with it.
number 7, Florida against number 5, LSU. LSU favored by 13.
Where's that at?
It's in Death Valley.
The
I'm
Bayou
thinking of-
Bengals.
That's LSU. There's going to be a lot of rowdy Cajuns
That's a
there.
lot of points, but that quarterback for LSU is
13
playing
points.
well.
Burrows, he's pretty
Yeah,
tough.
He's pretty good.
All right, we'll get back to you next week and see. We'll check on our.
No high school picks?
You want to do Medina Valley?
No.
No.
Nope.
That
Not going to be
85.
close. No.
No, they won't hang that on them, but
No.
Medina Valley wins that game, I'm pretty sure.
You know, the game they should win, right?
Yep.
This game, good opportunity to clean stuff up. Good opportunity to get some of the guys in the game that haven't played a whole lot because the games have been close. So it ought to be a fun game.
Well,
Yeah.
Yoss's opinion, and I asked Coach Crisp and got his answer. Did the bye week come at the right time?
I wish it would have come a week earlier, but it's at a
Before
good
the
time
champion
still.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's at a good time. I think you're halfway through your season.
Yep.
You can kind of get healthy from what you've had. You can regroup and go into the second half of your season.
You started the show off by saying everything's in front of us. We control our own destiny. You made that statement, and it's the truth. I mean, there's no reason why the Panthers can't win the next 4 games You line up the last week of the season. You got the Tivy Antlers at home. The next morning's deer season, you take care of the antlers on the field, and then you take care of the antlers in the deer stand.
Absolutely, Maury.
Yeah, but Maury, you don't shoot.
I got nephews.
Yeah, that's true. They fill the freezer, don't
but
they?
You're right.
We're
It's all in front of you.
You're 0-2, but everything's in front of you.
This is a good game to get the ball rolling and snowball it downhill.
Perfect game for homecoming.
Yeah, and just like Coach Chris said, now we're going to push that boulder over the next side and let it roll downhill. It's
Yep.
So
Garrison, you got anything? You got anything on this week's game?
The pulse of the team. Garrison, you're part of the team. What's the pulse of the team?
What's the
atmosphere in the
confidence level of the team right now
in the clubhouse?
Well, I think I think we are really confident. I mean, Charlie Marsh, like one of the things he sees, he like one of our breakouts every practice is believe. You know, like it definitely looks very daunting at this point. Like, you know, it obviously doesn't look good on paper, but we feel really confident as a team. You know, we're ready to put the rock over the hill, and we feel really good. We're not worried one bit, and we're gonna take Kennedy on, and it's gonna be a good game.
It's a good thing your mama's Corey.
Awesome.
It's a good thing your mama's Corey.
And
very well.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll come back here in just a second. You're listening to Sports for Supper, and we'll continue here in just a moment.
This is MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Medina Electric Cooperative is sending 3 students on the trip of a lifetime for free. The 2020 Government in Action Youth Tour is an all-expenses-paid week-long learning and leadership event in June that starts in Austin and then takes kids to Washington, D.C. Winners also receive a $500 scholarship for college. The deadline is December 13th, 2019. Apply online at Medina.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
Double T Outfitters offers deer, dove, turkey, quail, and exotic hunts in Southwest Texas on over 20,000 low-fenced acres. They facilitate professional guide services, lodging, and fantastic meals while providing the best in Southwest hunting. Contact Double T Outfitters to find out details about their current package hunts. Contact owner Brett Ferguson at 210-413-1597 or online at doublethunting.com. You're watching Medina Valley Sports. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back here to Sports for Supper. As we are getting down to the end of the show here, want to remind everyone to tune in to the Kennedy broadcast Friday night. 7:30 kickoff will be on the air around 7:10, and then want to remind everyone to tune in next Tuesday to the Harlan volleyball game.
Both of those are home games. Football's at home, and so is the volleyball.
Awesome.
And they're both going to be exciting.
Yep.
And I want to, and we'll reiterate this Friday, but if you can be here, be at Medina Valley Auditorium next Tuesday, be there. The volleyball team needs the support. We need to show Harlan that we can build a crowd just like they can. We need to wrestle a district championship. We tied last year. We each tied for the district championship, right? Last year in volleyball, we shared the championship.
No, Harlan.
I thought we shared the championship.
No, Harlan won it outright.
Harlan did? Okay. Well, let's see if we can't wrestle it away from
That's what I'm saying.
Next Tuesday
Let's get some
night.
energy going in that gym like it's never been before.
Like it's used to be.
Yes.
Bring it back to tradition like we said we were going to do.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and now we're going to talk about the exciting news that we had last week. And
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and Jared and Shannon are back. And Shannon's sitting over here, and she really doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to be on the air.
No,
but we are going to grill her.
No, trying to get her to talk into a microphone with a bunch of people will not work. She will not speak. I know.
The wedding was very nice, and congratulations to the both of you. It was 2 Saturdays ago. It was out at Hoffman Ranch, and very nice. It was very elegant. Y'all did a great job of the planning. It was all him. Yeah, sure, right. Okay.
I actually did a lot.
Hey, don't. But what I want to hear about is I want to hear more about the honeymoon.
So
we hear about Disney.
So we flew out Monday morning, last Monday morning.
Did you take a picture with the mouse? That's all
we met Mickey.
All right,
we went
that's
and
all
met
that
Mickey.
matters.
And then we flew back yesterday evening. We left Florida about 7 o'clock and got back here. Got home about 10 o'clock last night, just in time to see the Astros lose.
So did you stay on campus the whole time?
Yeah, we stayed. Yeah, we stayed on Disney property the whole time. But we only went to the parks 5 days. We used the others to kind of relax and go resort hopping and kind of see some of the other places that you can stay on the properties, and they're really nice. Like, I see why people pay the extra money to stay.
What's
at
the funnest thing there? What part
of
the park or what?
As an adult, to the Food and Wine Festival, because we went in September, October when the Food and Wine Festival was going on at Epcot. It's really cool.
So did you get a shirt?
I didn't get a food and wine shirt.
No, the one you drink around the world.
No, we didn't get a shirt with that.
I'm going for that in December. We're going in December, and I'm going to bring that shirt home.
So what do you do there? You sample the wine, and then what do you mean by what
kind
of taste?
Well, what they do is they have their World Showcase at Epcot, and they have like places there where they have like countries on display. Like you can go around. There's Canada, England, France, Morocco, Germany, and it's kind of set up like you're there, like in a small little village there.
And by the way, this segment is brought to you by Tanya, Travel by Design.
Yeah, absolutely. And during the Food and Wine Festival, they actually set up more kiosks from different countries around the world, and they'll have like 3 or 4 dishes and some drinks from those areas, and you can try different things like from there. Like there's a Brazilian place, Belgium,
really neat.
Australia. It's really cool. And one of the best things is a lamb chop from the Australia section. It's really good.
Did y'all get to eat the steak at the steakhouse over there?
We didn't eat at the steakhouse, but we got the from Canada section. They have it from the Le Cellier.
Yes, that is excellent.
Yeah, it was a filet mignon that we got. Yeah, it's very good.
Yep.
With the mushrooms and everything they put on it, was very good.
Oh, that's neat, man. I'm happy y'all got to go and do that. That's where I went on my honeymoon, was Disney. But we know so much more about it now since my wife's a travel agent and her specialty is Disney. So that we know all the little ins and outs of every restaurant and world and everything at Epcot. And that's the place I like the most is Epcot.
Epcot's fun. We've been twice now in the last couple of years, and we've gone both times in September. And I recommend going during that time because there's less people. The lines are not near as long.
Yep. And they have Star Wars World.
That was open. Yeah, it was open at Hollywood Studios. They had one ride open so far.
Yeah, so they're not all open yet.
No, and they're supposed to open some more in November and a little more.
Right.
But it's. If you've ever been and seen the Pandora part they did at Animal Kingdom, like Avatar, they kind of did the same thing with the Star Wars universe over there. It's like you're walking in a movie.
Can't wait to see it in December.
And there's stormtroopers walking around that'll interact with you. In fact, I took a picture of one, and they literally walked up to me and were like, wait. Just they kind of interact with everybody, and it's kind of cool. I like
Hollywood Studios when they have their march-in. The stormtroopers and the Emperor march in, and they
do that show up there. Yeah,
wow.
Really
okay, my other thing is, beside the honeymoon, I know that you're an avid fisherman, and I know you do these shark
tournaments.
Things.
Yep.
Are you going to get the significant other to sit in a little kayak and go on there and battle the sharks on the shore too, or not?
So let me tell you a little story about this. So Sharkathon is this week, and I'm not going because I cannot get any more days off at work. We went to Ireland, and then we did the honeymoon. Like, my days are gone. So I'm not doing Sharkathon this year. But we had been together a month, and I was going to Sharkathon, and I told Shannon I said, look, I'm going to be gone for a weekend. It's basically, I'm leaving Thursday night. I'll be gone until Sunday about noon. There's no cell phone service down the National Seashore. Like, it's roughing it. And she said, I want to go and experience it. I said, well, if you want to come down, I said, that's fine. I said, but you got to know, like, there's no bathrooms. You're not going to get a shower for a couple of days. Like, you got to go out in the dunes.
What do you mean there's no bathroom? There's a whole ocean.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's no, like, you're not going to sit down on a toilet for a couple of days.
There's no trees.
And I told her, I said, if you're good with that and you can handle that, that's fine. I said, but I don't want you to come and complain the whole weekend because it's going to ruin my experience. And she said, no, I'll come down. She lasted the entire time on the beach. Never complained once, roughed it the whole time, and that was when I was like, okay, we can do this. And that we had been together about a month when that happened.
And then that was the first time you told her you love her?
No, it was a little longer than that.
A little longer?
It was a little longer than that.
All right, moving on.
But the funny thing is that when we got back, she was ready to go again. Like she wants to go shark fishing with me. When I say, hey, I want to go down there, she's ready to go.
And I guarantee, and let me tell you.
No, she won't get in the kayak. I got her to go in it once, and she's scared she's going to get tossed.
But let me tell you when she's going to want to go shark hunting or shark fishing. Is when your insurance premium is paid up and you're going to be bait.
Shark bait.
I told her that when we were on our honeymoon. I said, don't you wish you could push me off one of these rides now because I'm worth more to you now?
You're going to be the white meat bait right there.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Congratulations and wish you many, many years of happiness.
You know what we didn't talk about today, Maury? What's the specials today at Sammy's?
Oh, yeah.
Special tonight is the chicken fried steak, or they have the Salisbury steak.
Ooh.
Tonight. And then they have the weekly special, which is the open hot roast beef sandwich.
Sounds good. I'd like to thank again our gracious host here at Sammy's. If y'all want to come out and join us next week, we'll be here next week doing it again live on Wednesday.
Yep.
And they'll have some specials.
We're working on some community corner guests.
And I tell you what, we had a good crowd here today.
Yeah.
We had a good crowd.
Yeah, we do.
We had a last minute cancellation. We apologize for that, but everything worked out well. But tell you what, we're excited for what's coming up Friday, Tuesday.
And everything else.
Yeah,
now, and then the little things that we talked about, there's swimming, there's cross country, there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely, and we got homecoming this week.
Yes.
Remember that, and just a reminder that we'll be on the air at about 7:10, 7:30 kickoff at Panther Stadium against Kennedy, and then we'll keep reminding everyone to go out for the Harlan game on Tuesday night, and Maury and I will try to keep you updated with the girls playing at Southwest on Friday night. We'll try to get some scores for you for that game. Hopefully Medina Valley can sweep them. It'll be over pretty quick, and everyone get back in time to watch some of the football game. But just remember to tune in Friday night for Medina Valley at Kennedy for homecoming, or come out to Panther Stadium and support the Panthers. You can listen to us on YouTube, Facebook Live, and we even have it on Twitter now. Or you can go to Medina Valley MVBN.net and catch it there. And thank you to all the sponsors for making it possible to bring you these broadcasts. Brenda Stein Photography, Sammy's Restaurant for letting us do these broadcasts here. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to doing more of these broadcasts in the future. For Jeff, Maury, and Dwayne, I'm Jared Lucky saying good night, God bless, and we will see you Friday night when Panther football continues.